So good morning, MR2 familiar. So we have Simon Wolvin's pretty stock MR2 turbo here. He's not had it too long, next to my heavily modified one, so at least you can see quite a difference there. I used to like my cans showing, as you do, but I have a Caminari diffuser to go on there, and I think it's just going to close up that back a bit better. But anyway, so today's not about my car, it's about Simon Wolfman's car. Now Simon has this back indicator is cracked right there, got a nasty little hole, but from MR2 Ben he managed to get himself a Japanese import one, and it looks spanking. It's like it's brand new. So I thought I'd do a little video just to show you how to take these off, how to swap them over. But there's an important bit, because once we've changed it, I don't know if you're aware, with the kouki lights, the outer two are going to be your lights. When you turn your lights on, these will light up, the inner two will not. Then when you brake, I believe all four come on. Now I'm a bit of a sucker for a kouki light. It's actually why I fell in love with MR2s. Kouki lights are sexy, let's face it. So, sorry Zenki people, they're lovely too. So what I want to do is what I've done to mine, where, shut up seagulls. So when I turn my lights on, all four light up. I think that is awesome. Then when I brake, all four also come on with the top one, just below the roof line. So what we want to do today is change Simon's left hand side unit, but then we'll go on and I'll show you how to make all four of your koukis work together. It's a long overdue video, so we'll get to it. Okay, so to take out these units, the first thing you need is a nice wedgie shaped bit of plastic. I recommend plastic because we don't want to damage anything. This is actually a door stop, but you could use anything plastic. What you want to do is pop it in between the triangle and the light. Failing that, if it's a bit tight, pop it in the top, and that just pops out. It's got a little clip there just to retain it, and two little bits that catch in here. So that's your first piece, that's important. We'll put that somewhere safe, up there. Next thing, you've got two screws here, and we're going to need to pop the boot to get to the ones on the top. My gorgeous assistant Simon Wolfman is about to pop the boot for us. There we go. And like most MR2 boots, we have lots of spares and products. But anyway, we're going to get this out now, so spudger to the side. Simon, could you pass me a Phillips, please? Wunderbar, thank you very much. Okay, so we'll start with these two. A door stop is actually a really good thing because you can keep your screws in it. Okay, number two. Yes, you can see it's starting to come free already. Then we have one just about here. I hope you can see it on camera. This is a slightly different screw. It's got a flatter black head, so we'll pop that in a different segment. Now we should find that will just drop right out like that, and that's as simple as that. That's how you get a kouki set out. Twist that one, twist that one, twist that one. You're going to find that your wiring is clipped in, so we'll just pull those out. Oh, hello! I found out why your...
That's why my light's not working.
That's why your inner lights were not working. That looks cut to me.
Yeah, that's clean.
I'm not sure why that is. Yeah, Simon, can you see me? Simon's lights his inner two didn't actually work at all. Now that's a bit weird, but we'll get to the bottom of that in a while. I think this means we're going to have to take the other light off and just join up that wire, but it has been bothering me why his inner two lights didn't work. But anyway, so we're taking this off because of this nasty little crack here. Simon bought himself an absolutely beautiful unit. I jokingly said to Simon, I think I'd actually have that bit in my man cave and just light it up. Gorgeous. I love new kouki lights. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Okay, so this will just be the reverse. We'll clip everything in and pop it in, but of course this video is also about getting all 4 kouki lights to work together. So for now we'll just put that to the side and I'll be taking the other one out. Okay, so the reason that your outer kouki lights normal lights and brake lights, and the inner one is only lights, not brake. I'm not sure if you could see this particularly, but this outer one has 2 filaments, one for lights and one for brakes. The inner one is a single, like an indicator. It's just one light. So to do the modification so that all 4 work together, what we need to do is to cut this off, get ourselves a spare loom from a breaker, and if you look, this one has 2 wires, so that's a single, but this one, for example, has 3 wires. Your earth, or negative, sorry, one is for brake and one is for your lights. So what we're going to do is cut this off and replace this with the double one, but then to get the wire for the brake light we'll just simply bridge across with a piece of wire from its neighbour, and it's as simple as that really. So let's put that to the side, and we're going to cut this off. We're just puzzling over why somebody actually cut this wire. It looks cut, but I'm sure it will work okay when we hook it up, so we'll get to that in a minute. First off though, we need to take off the other light and expose our loom. Take this unit out, same as we did the other side. Unfortunately I broke my little spudger. I mean, it is just a doorstop after all, so I'm going to use a really tiny screwdriver because we'll do minimal damage that way. There's enough gap to just pop in there and she'll pop right out. No damage at all. Just be careful if you're using metal. So we'll pop that to the side. We have our Phillips crosshead, 2 screws here. That's number 1. And that's number 2. And then this flat one on the top, just here. And the whole thing should literally just pop out. Same as before, just loosen the wiring out of the clips, and then we pop that, twist that one out, twist that one out, and twist the indicator one out, and there's our unit. Put it nice and safe, because these things are worth a fortune. Okay, so that one's not been cut, but it's been bodged a little bit. Okay, so the next stage is to replace our single element with a double off the loom that we got off a breaker, which I will do in due course. I'm just going to put these screws away safe. Okay, so here we are. We're on the other side now. It's basically a copy of what we've done on that first side. That bit of wire is a bit short, but okay. So we're going to cut off this holder that's just got a single filament bulb, and we're going to replace it with the one with 3 wires, which has a double filament bulb, so we have our lights and our brake lights. We'll connect that in the existing, and the spare one is just going to be piggybacked across to the brake light cable on the other one. So we need a little length of cable that's going to be long enough, our connectors or solder, and our wire, our tape, sorry. So I'll go ahead and cut this. Okay, we didn't want that one anyway. Make it a little bit long. Twist and pull. Spin on the blade, twist and pull. Just twist them up nice. So if you're soldering, you'll tin it. If you know about soldering, you'll just heat that up, put a little solder on each one. Then you'll you do the same, you just tin these ends, in other words, melt a little bit of solder on them. Then when you join them up, you'll heat it and basically melt them together and tape them up. I'm going to use these screw type connectors. They're kind of a next best thing. We'll tape them up, they'll last forever, but those crimp ones, the ones you put on and just snap them shut with pliers, they're utterly rubbish, so please don't do that to your car. Yeah, so the green wire with the stripe down it is going to be your lights. The solid green wire with no stripe is going to be your brakes. We're wanting to bridge from the brakes to our brakes on the other one, so we're going to need to cut this one. Cut that one because we're going to join a piece of wire in to it, join it back up again with a bit of wire to go to the brake light on our other light. So I'll just expose the ends here. A bit short, that one. Okay, so we can join those two to complete the circuit for this bulb. And we'll put in a connector with a length of wire so we can join the other light. I'm just going to pause the video for a minute while I fiddle around and do this to save a bit of time, but I'll show you. Okay, so we've wired up. This one's our indicator, I'm not worried about that. So we're basically put in a double filament holder with the 3 wires in from a spare loom that we picked up off the breaker. We've wired it to its neighbour, and now if the delightful Simon could just go into his car and turn on your lights. You'll see the lights both work, so when we do the same the other side, all 4 kookies will be on. Now brake, Simon. And our 2 brake lights are also working on this side. Very simple little thing. Probably the one and only mod you really need to do if you've got kookies. I mean, there's no point having sexy kookies if they're not all going to work. I'm surprised that Toyota even let these out the factory with just outer lights as lights and inner lights as brakes. It's not very Corvette, do you know what I mean? Or Skyline. All the best cars have double round back lights, and that's how they should work. Okay, I'll pause now. We'll get the light popped in. Well, actually, I'm not going to pause. Let's put this together because we want to know how this works. So, okay, so we've wired up that right-hand side now, and I've clipped in the bulb holders. And we've put the light back on, which is just 3 screws and clipping in that little triangle in the corner. So I'll ask Simon now to just go and turn his lights on. Let's make sure that we're all good before we do the other side. Oh my goodness, look at that sexiness. Holy hell. Oh, now brake lights. Yes, that's what we're after. Very simple mod, but very effective. And you can keep your car OEM, you know, but having them 4 lights work together is, like I say, all the best cars have got 4 round lights, you know, Corvettes and Skylines and stuff. So it seems a bit odd really to have 4 sexy lights and only 2 are working at a time. So I'll be honest, we found that one of Simon's double filament bulbs on the left side was blown, so we had to chuck the lights back on for him to nip up to Halford's and go get another bulb. So you've already seen earlier in the video how we take the lights out, so I'm going to pause it, just whip out that left hand light, get it all exposed so you can see it, and I'll show you again what we did on the right side, how we connected it up, and we'll go from there. But we're 50% done now, and it's all going good. Beautiful sunny day, and the seagulls are buggered off because they make too much noise for a video. Okay, putting you on pause, we'll be back in a moment. Okay, so we've popped our bulbs back in. We have actually tested it off camera, but I'll show you in a second. We put that screw in, we put these 2 screws in, fits in snug. There's 2 little hooks on here and a clip, so make sure you get your 2 little hooks in there and it just pops in. That's how it goes. So Mr. Simon, pop some lights on. Let's have a look. Yes, we have all 4 lights on, and then brake light. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Oh, deliciousness. And a brand new kouki set on the left there, so shiny. Ooh. Okay, so I hope this was of some help to you guys and girls. It's actually really simple, and at the very least, if you have to change a bulb in the back, at least now you know how to go about it. A little piece of plastic or a small screwdriver, if you're careful, just pop that out. It comes out, you'll have your 2 screws there, 1 screw here, and the whole unit just slides out. Each bulb is a twist and comes out. You can change your bulb, pop it back in, and all back together. But all we've really done is, because standard, these will light up when you put your lights on, and then when you brake, these are your brake lights. If you want all 4 to be lights and all 4 to be brake lights, you're going to need to change the bulb holder and the bulb on the inner lights to double filament bulbs. At the moment they're just singles on a OEM motor. So all we've done really is piggyback the wire for the brake light off its neighbour and put in a triple wired double bulb holder, like this one actually. Why do we have this one here? So you're looking for 3 wires, your neutral or negative, and 2 positives, 1 for your normal lights, 1 for your brake light. The brake light will just piggyback across to your other brake light, and it's as simple as that. You just need an old loom, and that is it. You can keep these for spare holders, but the whole little loom plugs in inside behind the cover here, but we haven't messed about too much. We've just cut off a double filament holder, wired it across. At some stage I've used the screw type connectors, they're pretty good. I've not had any trouble with mine in like 6 years. Water doesn't get in there, but for a nicer job you probably want to solder these and tape them up. But that is it. So boot down, job done. Huh? Oh, no worries, I'll edit this. Put your lights on. There we have it. All 4 cookies. Just a quick walk around of my own turbo. one too. I've actually got a Caminari rear diffuser to go on next, which will hide them cans a bit and go better with me styling. And just for the hell of it, just a little look inside with me Nardi Torino 4-spoke, my grinning skull gear knob. I know it looks really stupid, but any way you hold that, if it's your hand, it's brilliant. And of course, a little bit of something something. And my Deadpool. Awesome. Alright guys, well I hope the video has helped you out. Like I say, getting all 4 kouki's to work is actually quite simple. All you really need is a bit of tape, soldering iron would be good, some little screw type connectors otherwise, and just ask anybody if they've got, who's breaking an MR2, just ask them if they've got those 2 rear bits of loom that you can cut the double sockets off, and that's it. Thanks for watching. Viva Familia.